Hello and welcome back, friends. If you are new around here, I am Big Gator. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you are right where you belong. Right now we're covering ATP, Rotterdam, Buenos Aires, and Dallas, Texas, America. We've made it halfway through the second round, so get yourself involved in the comments. Let me know what you guys are playing for tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled for the pin comment if you want to follow along what I'm betting on as well. If you do like the breakdown of these matches, please give this video a like. It goes a super long way. Thank you guys in advance. If you do want to help further support the channel or get my picks as soon as I upload, you can consider subscribing. It is the best way to get the picks and the fastest way to get the information. If you are feeling extra generous, there's a link at the bottom of the pinned comment if you would like to donate. It's just there if you'd like to. We have some extra features now that I have become a partner with YouTube, so make sure you take advantage of those. As well as the link at the bottom of the pinned comment if you want to join my free Discord. All right, now, with that being said, what are we looking like for today? Huh? Very, very thankful. I'm looking thankful. I don't know about you. I'm happy with today. So we took Tomas Martin Echeverry, went down to the wire, and got the win for us in a lovely fashion. And we paired that with Alejandro Tabilo to get a set against João Fonseca. Looks like the theory holds true here, friends. Looks like the theory holds true. Not only did he get a set for us, so we played in my Discord the Tabilo money line for plus 124. So get yourself involved in the Discord. You get more money for free there. Bingo, bingo. And then we also took for the certified smoke. Started the morning off with Jesper de Jong to win a set against Khachanov. Looked like that was right as well. The rust was on Khachanov and we got a set right off of him. Bingo, bingo. Clean sweep. Let's keep it going for this week. All right, so let's move right into Rotterdam. Our first match is going to be Ugo Humbert going against this guy, Den Ouden. And let me just say, this is going to be their first head-to-head. The matches already have me like a little bit irritated because they know that there's no money in this match. There is virtually no money in this match whatsoever besides taking the under in total games for Ugo, which is minus 120, which is exactly what I plan on doing. Now, this is why. Yes, that guy did Ouden kid. He great. He beat Vucevic in a big upsetter, but something looked weird about that match for sure. A lot of people saying that the match looked fixed. Vucevic fixed the match. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not here to say that at all. I'm here to say that Ugo is a left-handed player, and this guy has only won against one lefty in his career on a hard court, and he was ranked 660. And that was back in 2024. So I don't think that he will have much of a competition against this Ugo, who has convinced me enough beating Medvedev in the first round that he's good to go here. He may just be trying to get his title, but like I said, there is Felix who is still here. So that's a conversation for a different day, but keep it short and sweet and to the point. I like the under 12.5 for Ugo Humbert. This guy, Ouden guy, is 23, ranked 170. Hasn't played against a bunch of lefties, and when he has, they're ranked outside of the top 200. So no need to carry on to this too much longer. We can move right along. And our next match is going to be Karen Khachanov going against Jaume Munar. And, dude, this blows me. This is how crazy tennis is. Munar is a tennis guy on the clay before he became a hardcore player, right? Karen is also a tennis guy on the hard, though. Now, why is it 2-0 Khachanov on clay against Munar? That makes no sense to me. They played in Barcelona, beat the brakes off of him there, and then that was last year, and then in Madrid in 2019, it went to a 3-setter. But now they're playing on the indoor hard courts, where I feel like maybe the opposite will take place. I think Munar is kind of a better player on a hard court now. He's got a really complete game, and these courts are a bit slower, which may actually lean a little bit towards Munar in this case, because he does have the grind movement the grindy movements of a clay player. So it really could go either way here. I don't really feel comfortable betting on it. I would love to take Munar. He's plus 114 as the underdog, but the most realistic thing I think you can go for here is probably pushing Khachanov over 12.5 total games. Yeah. I would go for Munar, though. Root for him, not bet on him. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. All right. Our next match is Botic van de Zandschulp going against Stefanos Tsitsipas. And Tsitsipas, man, what can you say about Tsitsipas right now? I can tell you one thing. I don't trust him. I don't care that he won. And I don't care that it's 2-0. The way he looked against him, and when I say him, I mean Rinderknecht, he looked decent, okay? He looked decent. He looked like he was good enough to beat Arthur Rinderknecht. Doesn't look like he's going to be taking this title. So someone's going to be beating him before the semifinals. That's my prediction. Who it is, I don't really know. Botic might be the one. He's lost to him twice. This could be the third time as a charm. He keeps getting closer and closer. Back in 2023, he won 7-5, 6-3. And then back in 2024, it was a tiebreak at 7-5. So, Botic, let's see. He's playing at home, too, in his home country with a 61% win rate. Still going against Tsitsipas with a 65, but did he come here last year? He did. Lost in the first round to Carlos Alcaraz, remember? Went to a tiebreak with him, though. So he played very well here. Went to a tiebreak with this Pavlovich guy as well. I don't know. I think it could be close, but I would really hope that Botic wins. Just for, him being home. He's plus 164 underdog. I think it'd be a good upset. If you think it's going to be a push of level, maybe you can take Tsitsipas over 12.5. I'm kind of leaning on that bet today. It's going to be one of those type of days, I think, where I can't really tell who's winning, but I know it's going to be going long. And I wouldn't touch this match, honestly. That's just my 2 cents. So let's see. Let's move on. Next match is the Demon. Alex de Minaur going against Stan Wawrinka. Stan the man on his farewell tour. And as I said before, I was right. I knew he was going to win his first match. I think he's probably going to win his first round everywhere he's going. So if you wanted to just bet on the first round of Stan Wawrinka and roll the money all year, that'd be a fun little bet to do. But going against the Demon, he's played him once before on the clay. He only got 3 games in. It was 6-3, 6-0. So that was 2 years ago, so it's quite some time. Maybe he might play up a little bit more, but I do think that we might just get a Wawrinka win-loss back to forth. He's been kind of on that trend pretty much since October of last year. Outside of the United Cup in Melbourne, the AO, he's been winning the first round and losing the next one. So you can take de Minaur to win, and I wouldn't say straights. It might be a little bit of a competitive one because of Stan the man, but I would definitely take the minus 1100 de Minaur money line here. Do I think it'll go long? Maybe, maybe not. I don't really care to bet on this. The spread for de Minaur minus 2.5 is the only one I feel comfortable with, and that's minus 550. So I say don't touch it. It's no real point. There's no value in it. It's not that we don't know what's going to happen. We obviously know what's going to happen. There's just no point in putting money on something that if it doesn't happen, you're like, oh, that was dumb. right? That was silly of me to put money on something that should have happened and it didn't for what the price was. So we avoid things like that on this channel. At least I try to. Anyway, we're moving on to our very next match, which is going to be Medjedovic going against Felix Auger-Aliassime. And this is going to be their third head-to-head, well, second technically, because the first time they played was supposed to be in Doha last year, but it was a walkover. Medjedovic backed out. But then they played in Mallorca. The very first time they played, Medjedovic took a set off of him. And then Felix ended up getting the best of him on the grass. Now, here, I think it's going to be straight set win for Felix. Medjedovic was able to get through Zizou Bergs pretty convincingly, beat him in his home country. That's crazy, but we see a lot of tie breaks with Medjedovic. He's got a big serve, and so does Felix, but Felix can break people with big serves. So let's see what his spread is at. If we even have any pricing for this man. We might not even have any up on the books just yet, friends, unfortunately. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else. Yes, minus 286 for Felix. It's a beautiful price. Don't mind it at all. Great parlay piece. Getting close to being a little bit not worth it, but let's see how much it is for him to go over 12.5. Minus 140. Not mad at that either. So I like those two, but I think Felix should definitely get her done, cowboy. You know. Definitely get her done. And just to be sure, we can look at their head-to-head history, not head-to-head, but their performance on the surface. 59% win rate for Medjedovic and 70% for Felix. He's about to hit a 70.6, I'm sorry. So, give it to Felix, call it a day, and get out of here. I still think that I prematurely put a future down, sprinkle a little bit on Felix to win outright. I still think he's the best one here. Based on whoever else we got. Like, who's going to beat him? Tsitsipas? Minaur? Bublik? I don't think any of those guys are going to be able to beat Felix if he's trying to win. You know? So, that's my 2 cents on that, by the way. And with that, we can have Jan Lennard Struff going against Alexander Bublik for our last match in Rotterdam. And it looks like Struff's always had the number on Mr. Bublik here, but they haven't played since 2024. It's 4-1 in their head-to-head history. They've played once before on the indoor hard courts. It went 6-4, 6-3 back in 2021, but outside of that, no other points of sample to have. 59% win rate for Struff on the indoor courts, and Bublik's all the way up to a 62%. He had a really crazy match going against Hubie Hurkacz, which I was a bit nervous about, seeing how he was going to come out of that in the first round, but he ended up coming out on top of it, and it was very close the entire time. And he looked like he was enjoying competing, which is crazy to say, but it looked like he was enjoying it. So, I think it'd be fun to think that he can go through Struff as well. He hasn't done it yet. He's minus 310 to beat him. Now, I think that that's a little bit insane, but Struff is now 35 years old. Only good for like a serve, right? He's pretty much just serving lights out everywhere he goes, and he only had 3 aces last time he played. So, with a 51% on his first serve percentage, I think Bublik should be able to get rid of him, but the history does say that he may struggle a little bit with this. So, just letting you know. I still think it's Bublik money line. I think it's safe to go with. And, yeah. Alright, with this, we can go into our next match, which is going to be taking place in Buenos Aires, right? And that's going to be Tomas Barrios Vera going against Mr. Luciano Darderi. It's our first time seeing him play since the Australian Open, right? So, you know my rule. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Vera had a pretty nice retirement from Seyboth Wild in his first round, so he looked all right in the match. Had about 4 aces. Got aced on 8 times. But first serve percentage was looking pretty high. It was going to go long, most likely, so might go long with these two as well. It's 1-1 between them. The most recent win was from Darderi back in 2024, all on the clay in Argentina. So the Chilean and the Italian seem to only play here on the clay in Argentina. These courts, based on what we've been seeing, have been people have been playing damn near hardcore tennis on these clay courts. So it is slow, high and bouncy like most clay courts, but it looks like here with the altitude, it's even slower, I guess. So I don't know. I kind of like Darderi to get his feet wet, but I don't know if it's gonna be the outright smart thing to do. This is his first match on the clay of the season. Might be a little rusty, like most of these people have been. So let's see what he's priced at. Minus 280. Hasn't even played on the clay yet. I think it would be better to take him for, I mean, he's minus 280 to win, but you can go over the 12.5. Maybe, just maybe, he might have a little rust on him. He might go over 12.5, get us 13 on the dot, like he likes to do. I'll leave him alone for the first game. If he's looking good enough, though, he might be good enough to take this whole tournament. Now that there's no there is no Fonseca, right? It's going to be between Darderi and probably Cerundolo. But my money would probably be on Cerundolo because he was beating the brakes off of what's his face last time I checked. Off of Delian. Yeah, he beat him in a tie break at the end, but he bageled him in the first set. He literally, I was thinking about taking Delian to cover a 6.5 spread, and he literally lost. He would have lost that spread by 7 games exactly. Crazy work. Glad we didn't take that. But anyway, yeah, I think that Darderi probably will have a little bit of trouble, potentially. So it might take him a little longer to get the win. If you wanted to pair that with the over 12.5, up to you. I'm not going to touch that, though. Next match we have is going to be Juan Manuel Cerundolo going against Pedro Martinez. And, man, Martinez, bro, he's not that great of a player. He's great enough to be professional, but he loses to everybody. I feel like he won his challenger on a hard court back in Bengaluru, but he beat Lautaro Midon 6-1, 6-4, or 6-4, 6-1. Going against Cerundolo, the lefty. Martinez doesn't have a great lefty. Let me see. Let me see how he is against lefties, actually. Two and 5. There's your answer. So Juan Manuel, money line. Pretty easy. He's already like a super favorite, minus 205. And he's playing him in his home country. Stop playing with that man. That's a good price to take him. That may be the freest thing on the board, low key. Just letting y'all know. As far as how I see things right now, that's the freest thing on the board. We don't have to stay on that long at all. We can move right along. All right, our next match is going to be Ignacio Buse going against Sebastian Baez. And boy, did I not tell you guys Ignacio Buse was a fucking dog. If you didn't know, in his last match, it was 5-7 Pissarro. Then it was 1-5 Pissarro. Match point. Buse comes back. 7-5. Second set. Winning the third set 6-4. Unreal doghood. Okay? That is someone you put your money on. But now, it sucks because he's going against, I think, the number one guy the number one or number two guy in Argentina, and it's Sebastian Baez. Now, we've been seeing him earlier this year. He started his season hot on the hard court. 8-2. Okay? Damn near got a challenge, damn near got a title on the hard court, losing to Jakob. But, hey, 70% win rate on the clay. Went 17-14 last season, so didn't play a whole bunch, but plays the big tournaments. Ended with started strong, right? Made it to the second round in Buenos Aires. Crazy last year. Crazy. Losses Thiago Seyboth-Wild, who retired. But got through Ugo Carabelli, who's been playing well in this tournament. But ever since his run in, what is this? Brazil. He won the what was that, a 500? Was that Masters? Yeah. He won the Masters in Rio de Janeiro. So, big money. Big money. Good for him, but he hasn't really won much since. I think he's been chilling. Now I think he's coming back to play some hard tennis. When was the last time we seen him play? The 11th of November. So, do we take Baez over 12.5 games? Because we know Ignacio Buse is going to be doing it to him. Or do we take Ignacio over 10.5 games? I would like for him to cover a bit of a spread if he could, but I think I can rather depend on his game-winning ability. Yeah. The spread wouldn't be too bad. Let's see what it's at. Plus 5.5. I'm not mad at it. And with that, I think I can move on. Stuck on this a little bit too long. Alright, our next match is going to be Camilo Ugo Carabelli going against Mariano Navone. And this is going to be crazy because this is another home country battle. Battle of the locals. Both of these guys are from Argentina, so this is going to be a big, big deal for these folks. You know how it gets down in these Latin American matches, man. It gets hectic. It's 2-1 Ugo Carabelli in the head-to-head. And whenever they've played here, Navone won, but that was 4 years ago. I think he's looking to take his title, not his title, but win at home for the first time against him. He did just come off of winning that challenger on the clay. Looking good. Got rid of Comasanya in straights. Navone came in looking really nice. Beat the dog crap out of Emilio Nava. Was ready for him. I think he's going to be ready for Ugo Carabelli, but I think Ugo Carabelli is going to be even more ready for him because he's been winning back-to-back. in their most recent head-to-heads. Straight sets in 2024 and 2022. So I would lean on Carabelli, but I wouldn't put any money on this one. I'm watching for sure. All right, that concludes everything going down in Buenos Aires. We can move over to Dallas, Texas, where we have our last 5 matches to talk about. All right, and our first match is going to be Jack Pinnington Jones going against Elliot Spizzirri. And like I told you, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. For Mr. Jack Jones. This is going to be their first head-to-head, oddly enough, but he got through Carabelli so convincingly, like Jesus. Almost as convincingly as Spizzirri with Duckworth. I think the level of Spizzirri is probably going to bleed through here once again. Probably going to take his money line once again. I think Jack Jones is good, but I think he's good up to a certain point at this level. And the record will kind of say so as well, right? It's like a 15% difference in how well they perform on the indoor courts, or 7%, something like that. Regardless, Spizzirri's playing better on the surface, and his price is minus 250. I would really like to go for him here. I think it's a good price. Yeah, we don't have to stay on that one too much longer. That's pretty cut and dry. All right, just being sure. Yeah, he's a challenger level player, so anyway, let's just move on. Our next match is going to be Ethan Quinn going against Marin Cilic. And Cilic, man, still, he hurt me with that win over TN, bro. What's crazy is I know they played like some exhibition somewhere in like the Middle East earlier last year, or like later last year. Maybe they worked out a deal. We just didn't know about it. Both of these guys ended their last matches pretty closely. A tie break took place in both of them. It ended in 6-5, 7-6 for both. So probably can expect a tiebreaker happening in here just because of the serves from both of them. Cilic is definitely serving lights out, playing really well. But Ethan Quinn is one of those guys who kind of has an all-arounder game, not really a counter-punching left-handed game like TN has. TN's an all-arounder too, but I think the all-around Ethan Quinn game may have this Cilic moving around a little bit more. So I'm not touching this match. I would think that Ethan Quinn could surprise us because he's surprised us before. How? Who's he beating? He's beating Hubie Hurkacz. He's beating Talon Greek Sport. When he was in the U.S. Open, he lost in the first round to Jeremy Kim. So, I don't know. Cilic hasn't been playing badly at all. He's been just kind of playing at his pace for his age. He's just 3 years off of 40, so he's going where he knows he can probably do a good amount of work, a good amount of damage, and moves on to the next place. Both of these guys have a 60+% win rate on the indoor courts, but Cilic is beating them by about 5%. So I would put the edge on Cilic here, ever so slightly. I probably would play him on DraftKings for a winning line, but that's about it. All right, our next match It's going to be Denis Shapovalov going against Alexander Kovacevic. Yes. And we know Kovacevic is not that good against lefties. And Kovacevic lost to him back in, what was that? Los Cabos? Yeah. It was in Los Cabos. So, that was the only time they played. And that was in the final. And he beat the dog crap out of him. But as far as indoor hardcourt records, Denis Shapovalov is better. Just plays better on the surface. And Kovacevic doesn't play well against lefties. Minus 270 for Shapovalov. Easy parlay piece there. Take it if you need. Take it if you need. We can move right along. Now, this one hasn't been showing up on the books yet, but we'll talk about it. Oh, yeah, we'll go talk about it. Next match we have is Adrian Mannarino going against Ben Shelton. Big Ben. Now, the question is, what are we getting this time? These guys have played a fair amount. We saw them play. And honestly, we might not even get this match tomorrow. We might be getting it the day after tomorrow, but hopefully we get it tomorrow. They went to a fifth setter in the U.S. Open. 3-6, 6-3, 4-6, 6-4, and Ben retired due to that shoulder, I'm pretty sure. So, the time before that, they played in Toronto, 6-2, 6-3 from Ben. So, as of recently, Ben has won full matches against Mannarino. Winning the first set as well. But Mannarino has figured out Ben's... I think after the U.S. Open last year, we know that he understands how Ben plays. And he knows what to expect. Now, the thing about Mannarino is he doesn't even look up people that he's playing against before he plays. So if he does know who he's playing against, he knows what to remember, what to do. But last week when we saw him in Montpellier, there was people he had never played before. And he was just giving them that work, and they didn't know what to do with it. Ben is going to have to adjust the pace, find pace off of his balls. I don't know. Pause. But he should really worry about this Mannarino here because he got rid of Adam Walton in straight sets like clockwork. Okay? 6-2 in the second set? Crazy. Now, like I said, his form is definitely something to be worried about. These lefty French dudes, man, they're good when they're good. I think he's good for a set, guys. I think Mannarino is good for a set. It's not on the books yet, but I will probably be taking that when it comes on the books. Because Ben should win still, but I think Mannarino is going to take a set. That's it. It's not on the books yet, so I can't really give you guys any more than that. So I'll cover the last match, and then we'll get up out of here. Sorry I've been talking for so flipping long. I'm so tired. Next match, the final match that we're getting into, is the beloved American Tommy Paul going against Miomir Kecmanovic. And this is going to be their sixth head-to-head. They've only played on hard courts, and it's 3-2 Kecmanovic. Crazy. They played 2 years ago, 2 times. Went to a 5-setter in the Australian Open where he bageled Tommy Paul in the 5th set. And then they played in the quarterfinals in Stockholm 2 years ago where Tommy Paul won in straight sets. It's 1-1 on the indoor courts, but most recently, it's Tommy Paul. Looking at how it took a bit to get through Jensen Brooksby, I think he found his form in that last set during the tiebreak. So I think he will be good to go. Kecmanovic it took him 2 tie breaks to get through Shima Bukaru, so I'm thinking that maybe he's going to have a bit of a struggle here. But I'm sure he'll give a bit of a run of some money for Tommy Paul, but Tommy Paul is winning the match without much of a doubt from me. So that is everything I have for you guys today. But because of these hours of, bro, I be making these videos. It's 10 p.m. right now, like right now, as I'm saying it. There's still tennis happening. Like, I wake up, tennis has been going on for like an hour, and I wake up at like 8 in the morning. Tennis has been going on all day. I have no time to put in a future at this point. It sucks. Felix is worth now plus 450. I would say when I took him at plus 650 to take him then, but I don't know who's going to beat him at this point. I can't put any futures down on Dallas. We still have Ben, but hey man, if Mannarino comes up on top here, we'll see. We shall see. It looks like Tiafoe's broke Corda and about to get broken back. Big whoop. I'm going to get out of here so I can watch some tennis, friends. All right. Had a very long day. I appreciate you guys for stopping by and checking out what's been going on with the Big Gator. All right. If you guys have futures that you guys put down, put them in the comments for me. Let me know what you guys played. Very curious. Just a little recap. I think Ugo should win. Demon should win. Felix should win. Bublik should win. Cerundolo will probably win. Shapo will probably win. Paul will probably win. Mannarino may win a set, may win the match. So, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We can talk more about what's happening.